Good afternoon, everyone. Today is June 4th, Sunday. It's a gorgeous sunny day outside, and this is my current update with our journey through ALS. I know I've been a little bit delinquent on my updates. I apologize for that. It's not that we've had anything go wrong with the disease, it's just been managing the shop that just keeps getting busier and life. It's kind of weird because it's learning through this disease, and there's a disconnect between my mind and my body, where my mind still believes I can do everything just the way I normally do, and that's not far off of the case. It just takes a hell of a lot longer. So that disconnect is where I think everything works. Just I can do it the way I always do. And then I go to do it, and I've got to figure out new ways to do things. That happens every day. I discover something that I haven't done in a while, that I have to come up with a new way to do it, just because my delts are gone. So that's kind of the status of it right now. I've had continued degradation and atrophying, more or less in my delts to nothing. It's kind of weird when I without my shirt on, have a look in the mirror and see that this kind of divot in both of my shoulders where there used to be muscle. Odd to look at. But other than that, like I said, every day I discover something that I try to do that I now have to do differently, come up with a new way to do it. But for the most part, I'm still doing everything on my own. There hasn't been anything, other than throwing stuff, that's really stopped me. So I continue to be fairly lucky in my progress with the disease. It still looks like it's the brachial regional variant, which is that one that could just sit in the shoulders for a long time. So yeah, that's where we are with the disease. Next Saturday, June 10th, we have the ALS, or the Walk to End ALS. That's ALS Canada's largest fundraiser for the year. Our regional walk will be at Confederation Park in Hamilton. There isn't a walk in Brantford anymore, which is a good thing. One of my first questions to ALS Canada, Melissa with ALS Canada, is why don't we have one in Brantford? And it's a very sensible response you wouldn't think of, but there aren't a lot of people in Brantford that have ALS right now. So there used to be one, but the interest kind of waned when there aren't that many patients. So it's a good thing that we don't have a walk here, and they amalgamated the two walks. ALS Canada's money goes into two main buckets. 40% of the funds they raise go to helping with research and trials and the science behind trying to find the end goal is to find a cure, but in lieu of that, finding medical means to slow down progress for people that have the disease. And then the 60% of the money goes into helping families like mine, or helping families like mine and other families that are struggling with the disease. Other families have been more impacted and have needs, for example, of lifts and mechanical beds and devices and things along those lines, along with the mental support they have, where they put us in touch with counselors and social work and things like that, because it as a family impacts everybody. So making sure everybody's mental health is good is as much a part of dealing with this disease as the physical side. So the walk is on Saturday, June 10th. If you would like to donate, that would be awesome. If you go to walktoendals.ca, I believe it is, and you can and would like to make a donation, that would be super duper. Anything helps. But to me, the more important part is if you can make it out to our walk in Hamilton, or any of there's walks going on all over the country. If you can make it out to any of those walks to show support to the people that are dealing with disease, I know for me, the support of the community is massive. It really does in your mental state. It makes a huge difference on getting through the day, knowing that people have got your back. Along fundraising lines, my very good friends Hillary and Schultz and their son Spencer. Spencer's doing right now. He's 40 hours into a 40 hours. Spencer's like 43 hours into a 48-hour fundraising drive on Twitch and Discord, where he's stringing. It's a weird thing. It's the new generation's way to do stuff. He's streaming himself playing video games for 2 days, and he's got people joining in and donating money to him. Last night when I spoke to him, he'd raised $2,500 so far to put into ALS, to put in to support ALS, and it's baffling at the same time as it's awesome. So Hillary Schultz, you've got an awesome kid there. Thank you very much, Spencer. I love you and what you're doing for us. It really means a lot to us. So very cool. You're a good shit, Spencer. Thank you. I went on Facebook this morning, and Eileen, a good friend of ours, had posted a link to Monogram Coffee Roasters in Cambridge. Monica and Graham own that place. I haven't met them as yet. I look forward to doing that in the near future. But Graham, a couple of years ago, was diagnosed with ALS, and they've come out with, for June, which is ALS month, they've come out with a blend of coffee that the proceeds are going to supporting families with ALS. So if you'd like to go onto their website and have a look, if you're not around Cambridge, it's monogram.ca. So they're doing this special blended roast of coffee for ALS month in June. So that would be again a really excellent way to help support people with ALS. Our fundraiser that we're doing to support my family, the No One Fights Alone t-shirts, they're still available through Fat Dave, or if you want to come into the shop or get in touch with us, that would be fantastic as well. The support of everybody through that is, again, been awesome. And we'll all have them on at the walk next week in Hamilton. Friday, June 2nd, just passed, was Lou Gehrig's Day. And on the 1st, through the Blue Jays and ALS Canada, we were invited to go and watch the game. They played Milwaukee and beat them 3-1, which was cool. And we were in the Jays Community Care Suite. It was very, very cool to see the Jays open up like that and invite the ALS community. There were a number of people there that are suffering with the disease. In for a day of fellowship and meeting some of the people that we deal with via email face to face, or at least in my case, that's the way it's been. I met a fellow named Dave Taylor, who's the research fellow with ALS Canada. We had an excellent talk. I'm going to follow up with him. There were a couple of suggestions on contacts, and there's an advocacy council through ALS Canada that I may end up joining. So that was really awesome to be out for the day, and Tracy and I made it an afternoon, an evening of it. Went and had a beer and met up with some friends for dinner and kind of wandered around Toronto and enjoyed ourselves. So that was really cool to be out doing that. Other than that, I think that's where we are. There isn't a lot going on, which is a good thing. I want to say thank you to everybody who has, in any form, whether it was a call, stopping past the house, stopping past the shop, everybody who's coming out to say they got us, they're behind us. What can, the offers of help and assistance from every corner of our community has been heartwarming. It's, as I've said to a few people, I really do hope that you never have to feel how good this feels. Um, to have everybody show up and tell you they've got your back, it's an awesome feeling. So anyway, I will try. I'm going to do the updates. I think unless something changes with the speed of progression of the disease, I think I'm going to go to a monthly thing. I'd said weekly in the early ones, but I think it'll just become me rambling and not really giving any information. So unless I get some new kind of breakthrough information or something changes with um, the progression of the disease, I think I'm going to go to monthly. Um, yeah. So thank you for watching. Thank you everybody for the interest and the support. Um, as I said, gorgeous day. Get out, enjoy it, and do something good. Cheers.